Hello everyone. Happy President's Day weekend, Monday morning. I'm David Gussin.
And Jodi Jacobs.
And welcome to
Hello, Long Island.
Hi Jodi.
Hi David.
How are you today?
Jinx. I'm
Jinx.
good.
You gotta say my name.
That's true. I'm good. I am all pumped up. I had a crazy wild weekend and I'm ready for a good week. Even though today might be a holiday for some, we're all working here. How about you? How you doing?
I'm frustrated. Jodi told me, David, don't be frustrated on
Scared
air.
me a little.
But are you kidding? All this snow.
It's winter in New York.
Another day of not working. I got to tell you, any president worth his weight would say you should work on President's Day. If the economy's so tough and America's doing so bad and our work ethic seems to be down in the dumps compared to the way it was decades ago, I'm going to start a petition to get us working on President's Day. Maybe workers won't like that, but I'm sure entrepreneurs understand what I'm talking about.
I think, yeah, most entrepreneurs. I don't know that I've ever taken off, since I've worked in small to mid-sized businesses, I've never seen a President's Day other than at my desk.
I don't know, with all this snow, it's, like I said, it's very frustrating. I mean, for me, it's being like kept in a cage. You want to get out there, you want to work, you want to create business activity, but oh, it's snowing, not a good day to call. Oh, so we haven't been able to pick up any momentum yet.
But I do think that it's tested the not the courage, but people's willingness to go out. Right now, you even said it earlier, oh, well, we're only supposed to get, you know, 2 to 4 inches or 3 inches. That used to paralyze our community. Right now, unless you're telling us it's blizzard conditions and stay off the roads, people are still trying to do things. I think we're so tired of not being able to do them that we're getting out and we're doing them.
I don't know. Maybe it's like what you remember when you're younger, like I walk 5 miles to school type
Uphill.
of thing. But all I know is when it used to snow 20-something inches, I opened up my retail store. Everything closes down now. I personally think we're raising a horrible generation of future retail success owners because retail store owners, they open up their store. They don't let the snow stop them. Anyway, I'm not going to let my frustration hurt the show. We have an incredible slew of guests today. We're going to have Norman Wasserman from Friend Entertainment USA. He's going to help us bring in today's, this week's events coming up. We have John Cassata, who's going to give us valuable info. Springtime's coming, mortgage time coming, purchasing new houses is coming. John's going to help our viewers make sure they get the best mortgage rates on that. And we're bringing back our friend.
Love her, Eugenia.
Eugenia.
I can never say your last name, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
Karahalias, K-A-R-A-H-A-L-I-A-S. I think she signs up with us just because I can spell her last name.
I'm giving you a gold star just for that.
And no one else can do it. You know what? Let's bring out our first guest first, because then I'm going to ask you about the weekend, because I know you've been working out, and that's why I'm being a little extra nice to you and everything.
I'm feeling entitled.
Our first guest today, his name's Norman Wasserman from Friend Entertainment USA. And the reason that we bring up, we invite our guests for one reason on this show: their energy that they bring on. They happen to be an incredible mixture of business and community, and you'll see when we have Norman on, it will be a perfect example of that. So without any further ado, you want to invite Norman out?
Norman, will you join us on set?
Good morning.
Hello, Mr. Norman Wasserman.
How are you, Jodi? How are you?
Have a seat,
so
buddy.
Excited to have you in our possession here for
Norman,
the next segment.
We invite you on our show. This is the segment where we tell people about all the events. Today's an off day. But tomorrow, let's see. Tomorrow, where am I going to be tomorrow night? I already forgot. Tomorrow night, we got a business summit at Cassata in Great Neck.
Make sure you get there.
Cassata in Great Neck, 96 Northern Boulevard. Accountants, attorneys, business professionals. You going to join us for that one?
Oh, I'm not an accountant or a business professional of legalese or anything else.
As far as I'm concerned, you add to any room that you're in.
Then I will certainly be there. If I can
guest.
pump it up, you got it. I'm there.
Now, on Wednesday, I should go Wednesday. What do I got? Wednesday. What is Wednesday? Wednesday? No, Thursday. We'll go right to Thursday.
Yeah.
Let's go right to Thursday.
Thursday and Friday. I think
Thursday morning we have a business summit at the Business Corners in Hop Park. So notice we're at one down in Great Neck. Then we're at Hop Park. Our friends at Blue Chip, Thursday afternoon, they have a social media event taking place right here, a luncheon. I'm told they're going to feed me good so that you know that I'll be here. And then Friday we have another real estate luncheon at the Jones Beach Hotel.
Oh, I love that place.
So, I mean, every day of the week, there's something
Place
good
to go,
going on
place
this
to go.
week. We'll figure out what's going on Wednesday.
Right. On Saturday, we've got some stuff going on Saturday,
What's
too.
going on Saturday,
Well,
Joe?
if you're feeling very, you want to give back, there's a wonderful bone marrow. They're looking for bone marrow matches actually down at Title Boxing. So all you need to do is come down to Title. They're trying to build a registry for bone marrow. I know you said someone that you were aware of was actually able to benefit from this, but there's this wonderful man. His name is, let me just make sure, Michael Guglielmo. Stephen Stone from Title Boxing is actually running this benefit. So you come down, you just come in, they actually just do a swab inside your mouth, and that's all you need to do to find out if you could be a bone marrow match for somebody and save somebody's life. So.
Now I'm smiling. You know, viewers, when you hear that, of course it sounds nice and a bone marrow drive. In all my years that I've heard about bone marrow, it seems like it's wonderful, but also seems like it's a needle in a haystack. Like if you go, the chances of you being a match is slim. A couple of weeks back, I was at a networking event, and a networker's daughter was a match. And man, before you know it, she was a match. It was a simple procedure. I hear they put 2 little micro holes inside you, blah, blah, blah. But the point is, this young lady, a teenager actually, helped save the life of a woman that she doesn't even know the name of, but she knows that, man, she changed someone's life forever.
Imagine that feeling, though. I mean, we give blood, we do other things, but that literally changes somebody's life. And from that point, once they have that kind of transfusion, or they get that, their body starts to rebuild it themselves. They just need that one time. So if you've got it in your heart, it'd be great to
yeah,
come
please
down.
come on down. Now, speaking of changing people's lives, Norman, you help change people's lives with what you do.
For 26 years.
Not even individually, but in a big way. You work with nonprofits all around the country, bringing shows and entertainment to it. I attended a show the other day for the first time. I was at Madison Theater at Malloy College. It was a show that you put on. It was on the same day as the Grammys. The reason that I remember so distinctly is that the Chicago cover band that I saw at Malloy College was actually better, in my opinion, than Chicago won the Grammys that night.
Thank you.
Norman, you change people's lives. You help charities raise tens of thousands of dollars. You've been doing it for a long time. Tell us about Friend Entertainment USA and the work that you do with nonprofits.
Well, we got started in April 1988 was our first show. I got stuck, I'm going to use the word stuck, in becoming the president of the Jericho Athletic Association. We were doing a fundraiser, and I didn't get elected. I was assigned. We know what that is. Nobody wants to do it.
We want you in this position.
Exactly. So there we go. Boom, we're there. Sat in my backyard with 15 business people. Gave them each 50 tickets. I said, go sell them. Great idea. We're doing it. They gave them all back to me. So now I'm stuck with a very expensive $16,000 show in 1988, and I had to find a way to sell these tickets. Bottom line, we made about $6,000 at $15 a ticket back in 1988. And I said,
that's like $10,500 in today's terms, ladies and gentlemen. No.
I can do that. Right. So here we are, 26 years later. We're still raising money. We've done shows anywhere from New York, from the Bronx, right through Las Vegas, and everything in between. I have to say, my most important show that I ever did was for 9/11. That was a show that we did at Sachem High School North. We did this show about 2 months after 9/11 took place. We had 11 groups there that donated their time. We had everything donated, food, school, sound, everything. We actually made about $26,000, but Newsday matched it 2 for 1.
Oh my goodness.
So we raised $50,000 for the Victims Relief Fund, and that was great. But we travel all over. Can I mention the show that we got coming up?
You're our guest. You can do whatever you want.
Autism. I'm a pretty big postponent of autism. And the show was supposed to be this past Saturday, but due to this wonderful weather that we're having, we postponed it. And we're doing this show on May 3rd. It's for the Mosaic Foundation of Wantor. Yet this show is going to be in Merrick at the Brookside School. We're going to have our tribute show, which is going to be towards Billy Joel Chicago, and the Beatles.
Oh, what a great line.
And all the proceeds, I should say all the profits, will be going to the Mosaic School for autism.
Yeah, and I've been to a couple of your shows, and the
Motown
places,
show, right?
The places have been packed. The energy's been great. I really do want you to get them in touch with Joanne and Moms Who Kick, because they have a great vibe, and I can just see
I'm
that.
involved in so many charities, and this is just such a, and we do find that music is a common denominator. So as far as just pulling people together, we saw that we did a fundraiser last fall for ECAD, which was getting dogs for some disabled friends, and the energy that was in that room, just because we were able to bring a band, and it turned into a bigger event. It wasn't a networking event. People went out for a night of entertainment. I think it's just a fabulous angle to actually bring people together to celebrate and to give. So,
but what we do is a little different, because we just don't sign a contract with you and come and do the show. We take the organizations and we market and we brand them. We put them out there. Now, our specialty happens to be small, medium-sized not-for-profits.
Okay.
The larger ones don't need our services. They get donations from everyone.
Well, they have an internal team. I think we talked about this a little bit before the show.
Right.
It's so important when you have a charity to run it like a business, have a business plan, have a marketing plan, know what you're shooting for. How do you approach your clients with that? You take your professional expertise and apply it to your entertainment expertise. How do you work with your non-profit?
We set up every show as a brand new business. So the organization will contract us. They'll pick their own groups. They'll pick their own show. We come up with the price. They agree to it. Then we sit down and we go to work. We set up committees for them. There are ticket selling committees, advertising committees, financial committees, just like you would do in a business. Now, most organizations only have their own people that they can go to.
Volunteer base, right? Yeah.
Well, they're either volunteer base or they have their own database of people, like a 5K walk. All right? The people that are going to a charity for a 5K walk want to walk. New people that don't walk are not going there. You're not getting their funds. You do a concert, you're going to get your initial people from coming from your organization, but other people's money, which is what we're known for, we're bringing other people's money to your charity. People that you would never hear about or see, we're bringing them to your charity to give you money and build your database.
You know, Friend Entertainment in Long Island is probably a reputable company that does this kind of stuff, yet at the same time it's still grassroots.
Exactly.
You know, as all of us are, which is why it's wonderful. You might not notice, and I think I told you this the other day, you just mentioned the ECAD fundraiser. And that night, our goal, ladies and gentlemen, was to raise 2 service dogs. And what happened is we raised $10,000 some odd dollars, and to our mind, we only raised 1 service dog because they were $8,500 each. What we found out is that you get your second service dog for $1,000. The way it worked out is we were able to spend the $8,500 on one. The second person was getting their second service dog, so we fulfilled our goal. The Long Island business community.
Thank you, Butterfly Energy.
Thank you, Butterfly. Thank you, the Long Island business community.
King, Donna.
Last thought, Norman, while we have you here. I used to see you at networking events. We gave the obligatory shrug hello.
Hi.
I saw you speak at a networking event. You were very subdued, just played your role, a no BS guy. You were there for business and spoke very matter-of-factly about it in a nice way. I just want to give you your props, because when you're in front of 700 people, buddy, you dominate that show. You have the people laughing, it's like a different person comes out of you.
Yeah, the light goes on, click.
Last quick thought between networking, that show, and then we're going to get on to our other guest. End it for us. How are you going to end your little segment with us, buddy?
If there's any organization, it doesn't matter if you're a little league soccer program, a school funk music band, church, synagogue, it doesn't matter. You need funds. We're new, yet old. We're different, totally different, and we can bring money into any organization.
How do we
Bottom
get in
line,
touch with you?
You can reach me at 631-698-9696. That's 631-698-9696. And if you'd like to see our website, it's www.friendentusa.com.
And we'll get that up on our site as well.
Thank you.
Norman, thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much,
David. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Jodi,
Wonderful.
thank you so much.
Okay, another example of...
I absolutely love this. When I started my own business and somebody said, well, what do you really... You asked me. You said, what do you really want to do? I go, I don't think there's money in it. I want to find a way to work with charities and, and still manage to give back and and make money too. And so somehow our lives, since it's all you.
No,
since I met you, I've been involved with some wonderful people and wonderful charities, and have that opportunity.
Speaking about money, our next guest helps people save money. He helps people save money on their mortgage payment every month. He helps people save money on not wasting time when you look for your mortgage. One thing people don't understand, the more time you take looking for your mortgage, especially if you're selling and buying, you're paying every month a mortgage payment that 90% of your interest, most likely if you're on a 90-year term, is going towards interest. So getting things done in a timely manner and getting things being well taken care of efficiently matters in regard. I'm going to let you bring out our next guest, Jodi.
Well, our next guest is John Cassata from Benchmark Lending. We've had some people on the show that have been from title. We've had people on the show that have been from real estate, but we haven't actually talked to the guy who can give you the money. So, John, will you join us on set?
Yes, thank you.
Come on, John.
Thank you, David.
Nice to have you here, buddy.
Great to see you.
Thank you, Jodi.
So John, you have this company, Benchmark Lending, and you're in a sea of people with, there's so many people out there that look at buying a home and get a little overwhelmed, I think, of whether I can afford it, whether you're a first-time home buyer or for some reason you might be trying to buy a house on your own, you're tired of paying a high rent and you want to actually put that towards a mortgage. How do you help first-time home buyers, or tell us a little bit about how you approach mortgage lending for first-time home buyers or people?
Well, that's a very good question, and we've all been first-time home buyers in the past.
At least one time.
Yeah, well, yeah. I remember doing it, being a first-time home buyer in my mid-20s, and back then it was a little easier to get a mortgage. House prices were way down, and rates were kind of high, but the mortgage payments were affordable back then. But how I help first-time home buyers is we educate them. We do educational seminars. We go into real estate offices. We do libraries. Anyone that wants to have us come in, we'll do an educational seminar, and we'll teach them how to just basically get their financial house in order, we call it. Okay. Preparing documents like getting your last 2 years' tax returns together. That's very important. Your federal 1040 tax returns, all schedules. Getting your W-2s along with, if you have 2 jobs, if you have 2 W-2s. Getting your bank statements, all pages to your bank statements, your pay stubs. Underwriters look for the last 30 days of your pay stubs. And we help them prepare all that, and we tell them, listen, for the next couple of months, don't make any large deposits, because an underwriter is going to ask you where that deposit came from, and you have to document those deposits.
So they're looking at so many different aspects of that. So whether if somebody's going to give you money, or if you're actually going to open up a credit card, I think we were talking about.
Right. We tell people, do not do anything. I mean, I make a comment, don't even buy candy for the next couple of months. I mean, literally, just keep your financial situation the same. Don't open up a new credit card. Don't get a car loan.
Don't change your job.
Oh my God, David, that is so huge.
At the other day, that someone the person changed their job and didn't tell anyone. Right. Literally, almost like the day before the closing.
That is the biggest no-no. We have actually a do's and don'ts sheet that we give out to people when we first meet them. Don't do this or do this, and it's all explained on there.
How long have you been doing this for?
Only 25 years.
The reason I asked him how long he's been doing it for, ladies and gentlemen, is if he's doing it 25 years, it means he must be doing something right. Because this industry went through such turmoil and ups and downs that a lot of the people who aren't really into it were in it, and then they leave, and then they come back, but you've been doing it a long time.
We stuck it out. We call it the good, the bad, and the ugly. We stuck it out through all the thick and thin.
And you would like every deal to go down immediately and smooth. I mean, who wouldn't? Right. But sometimes you catch that first-time home buyer, and they might be a year away from doing it.
Exactly.
Yet you educate them, because in a year, if you take good care of them, they're going to come back to you because you helped them.
Yes.
I think that's the benefit of working with a firm that is it's local, it's community-based. There's so many large institutions that you can go mortgage banking, but you do become a number. How do you differentiate your services at Benchmark?
Very good question. My analogy is the big banks are like the Home Depot, the Lowe's, and we're like the little Ace Hardware store. You come in and we give you personal service. We take care of one person at a time. Where if you walk into the big banks, you are just a number. It's somebody taking like an order taker basically, and throwing it into the process and crossing his fingers and hoping for the best. person like myself, the smaller mortgage banker folks like myself, we are actually licensed. We had to get licensed by NMLS, which is the Nationwide Mortgage Licensing Service, and we're licensed through nationally, and we're licensed through the Department of Finance in Manhattan. It used to be the New York State Banking Department. Now it's the Department of Financial Services. So we have a state license and we have a federal license. When you go into the big places, they're not licensed loan officers. So it's a difference. I feel we're more professional because we took the extra step. We took the courses, and then we took the tests, and we went that extra step to be licensed. So we are more of a kind of professional when we sit one-on-one with people. We're more like mortgage consultants.
Financial consulting at that point,
yes,
with regard to that mortgage.
Right.
And I love the aspect that I think I was joking with you. It's kind of like the Cheers of the mortgage business.
Yes.
Everybody knows your name, and
yes,
where you do a year later when you come back because you thought about getting a house, and then maybe you got your ducks in a row. A year later, you're going to walk back in, and John's going to know who you are. So.
You also offer people options. A lot of time when you go to the big banks, you either fit into their plan or you don't fit into their plan.
Right.
You know, when someone comes to you, you literally have an array of places that you could take them, and obviously you want to take them to the best place that's best for their circumstances.
Very good.
We have a minute more of time left. How valuable is that? And it makes a difference in their rates and cost and everything.
It does. Well, there's the mortgage broker, and then there's the big commercial bank with a person in between, with a correspondent lender. We actually process the loan in my little office in Syosset. We have a processor, bilingual processor. He's very good. And then we actually have a dedicated underwriter that just works with our branch. And she knows how we work, and she likes our clients. And then once we get it through the system, then it's sold to the big lenders. So we have kind of like all the array of products and programs, but with the small town flair.
So you can broker all of this larger inventory back down with a personal service.
Yes.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts for our viewers? You know, coming into springtime, house buying time, what's the #1 thought you could give them from a mortgage standpoint?
Well, I think contact your realtor now while the snow is on the ground, because get a head start out there and looking at the houses, because now all the good houses are coming on. So if you don't buy by maybe like May, you're kind of missing out on all the good inventory. So get out there now and get with your realtor, and don't let the snow hold you back.
And how do we get in touch then with you if we're interested in learning a little bit more about that?
Well, you can always call me at 516-659-1938, and I'm JohnCassata.benchmark.us on a website.
Okay, and we'll get that up on our site as well.
Get up. I thank you for joining us, and we're all about trying to give our viewers quality information, and you certainly helped us with that. So I thank you very much.
Thank you, both of you.
Always good to see you, John.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Man, you find the best guest for us, Jodi. I ask people to come on, they're like, no. You ask people to come on, they're like, oh, well, Jodi said so. You know, they all come on for you.
You know, I am very fortunate, and a lot of this is even people that I've met at your networking events over time. So just, John actually was happened to be down at Chow Baby at our first taping.
You introduced me to John and all those great real estate people. I hope they start coming to our events and stuff. We got to get them on 516.
All right. We'll beat them in the back.
Jodi, the show only got 5 minutes left, and we're bringing back one of our, she will be called our first official correspondent.
I would love that, yes.
Right, a couple of weeks back, we were talking about drug problems in Long Island. This young lady does so much work, and then the heroin problems made headlines the day after she was here. And then yesterday in Sunday's Newsday again. In fact, guys, Long Islanders, check this out. Drug cartels in Mexico think that Long Island's going to be the next big ground. So this is the deal, drug cartels.
Right.
You're not going to mess with Long Island. In fact, before we bring her on, I'm a little mad about one thing. There was a whole thing about a Long Island adult. Jeannie Karahalias, come sit out here while I'm getting mad. Hey, listen, I like KJoy. I like KJoy 98.3. They're a great station. But 2 of their DJs pulled a hoax that to me was one of the most irresponsible, disgusting hoax. There was a boy that sent out a birthday invitation from a homosexual couple, and they supposedly received this letter from a neighbor saying, I'm not going to go to your thing. You know, I'm not going to go to your thing. I disagree with your lifestyle. Man, so many people were upset, and rightfully so. Think whatever you want about gay marriage or not gay marriage, but no adult should ever make a child feel bad, whether you're for it or against it. And they actually did this hoax. I don't know if you saw it. It was a hoax.
I saw that
people were writing it and not liking it. It was a hoax, guys. My point, it would have been terrible if a fellow Long Island adult was so insensitive enough to actually write that. I am so happy to know that a Long Island adult didn't do that. It was just two DJs looking for ratings. What a disgrace. K-Joy, I know you should be embarrassed. I know you're not happy with your host. What you do with them is up to you, but they do deserve some type of reprimand for that. Just had to get that out of my system.
Right. Okay.
Jeannie Karahalias. What would you think about something like that, Jeannie? Someone using the airways to spread such negativity, a licensed hypnotherapist.
It's awful.
Unbelievable, right?
Yeah, look at the effect. Oh, what was the thing on the radio show years and years ago?
Oh, the Wolfman.
Yeah.
No, the UFO. It was the.
It's War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. Thank you.
Thank God we have Donnie Drake, our producer. What is it? I don't even know what they're talking about, Jeannie.
But they mocked an invasion, and they made everybody everybody panic that there was actually, it was so real what they did on the radio that people did get frantic.
Hoaxes are a bad thing.
Especially when
and when you're attacking people and their lifestyles, it's 100,000 times
You're
worse.
touching on people's, there's certain things that touch on people's emotional nerves, not good. Jeannie, we don't have much time left, but you were here a few weeks back telling us about all the grassroots work you're doing to try to bring a drug treatment center here. You were traveling to Albany. The topic you're covering has been in the headlines ever since. What are you doing? What do you got? I don't know if the cartels target you, LI. What do you got, Jeannie?
Okay, well, we went to Albany. It was really successful. We met with legislatures. We have a lot of senators backing up the bills that I spoke about. I'm going to repeat what they are. In the Senate is S4623, and in the Assembly it's A7003. I implore the public to contact our legislature. We're going to put a petition up on the Daily Blue site, right? And we want folks to sign this petition, because what it's going to do is take the onus away from the insurance companies and put it in the hands of medical professionals, trained professionals, to dictate what treatment should be. Yes, we know we have a drug epidemic here. This is not new, cartels targeting Long Island. It made the paper yesterday.
Right. But we're
it's not new. It's Colombia, Mexico, mainly coming out of Mexico. We have over 600,000 600,000 people using heroin.
Jeannie, there's no drug treatment center here on Long Island. Is that correct? If a Long Island,
we have drug
treatment. What don't we have?
We don't have the recovery center.
So we don't have a recovery center.
So basically,
if a Long Island child or person is going through a drug problem, they actually have to travel to the 5 boroughs to get help in recovery. Is that correct?
That's not correct.
Then what is it?
No, we have outpatient treatment centers and inpatient centers here on Long Island. What we want to institute is, after they get out of inpatient, after they complete the outpatient program, where are they going then for support?
Right.
That's why we need the recovery center. This disease is insidious. It's so powerful. Look what happened to Philip. He had all the money in the world. He was very happy.
Right.
Supposedly, right? People always think money buys you happiness. Look, he's succumbed.
A decorated or a celebrated actor, and to have your life end so tragically.
To be in that torment. To be in that torment.
The reason I keep bringing you back is, to me, Long Island, New York is the most incredible region in the country. Everything that people care about, the experts, when they say this matters, education, per capita income, Long Island leads the way.
Right.
So we have this epidemic in the country. It's a real problem. I think Long Island's supposed to lead the way. We have 1 minute left. What's the best way Long Islanders can help lead the way to attempt to make a dent in this problem?
To know that their voice matters. I mean, they vote. Let's get laws passed. Everybody needs to chip in. And don't.
Lyra, and there's some organizations.
Long Island Recovery Association, also LICAD, which is Long Island Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence. These folks care. They have programs, support for families of the addicted person as well as the addicted person. There is help out there. Let's access it.
Jeannie, one last thing, nothing to do with drugs, but something that bothered me this week. I was speaking to a fellow networker. They were talking to someone who had a lot of money. It made them feel bad because they're struggling so hard. The person actually said that they felt worthless. Man, that bothered me so much. First of all, until love becomes more important than money, nothing will change in this world. And nobody's worthless. Everyone matters. Jeannie, a lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are stressed. A lot of people put their value on how much money they have. I know that's backwards. I think if you value yourself by how much money you have, a lot of people are going to be sad. I like people to be happy. As a therapist, please help us.
Okay. What I'm finding is anxiety levels are up. Clearly they're up. What folks are doing is focusing on their current circumstance rather than looking at the big picture. And they're focusing on me, me, me. My advice is to focus outward, see where you can help in your communities, take the focus off of you. It'll allow gratitude to enter your body, appreciation, and then you're going to get more of that. When you keep focusing on what's your current circumstances are, you're not breaking free, you're actually paralyzing yourself. And when folks get in the depths of that, they're forgetting what balances them, what keeps them grounded, what does work right in their life, right?
The power of helping other people and how that
the power of helping other people and taking the focus off of yourself, putting it on others is going to help bring you out of that.
Yeah, a lot of people worry. A great quote on worry is, worry pretends to be necessary, but serves no useful purpose. Good one. Jodi, I'm often stressed. A lot of people are often stressed. I'm actually losing my frame of thought. There was a thought that I wanted to get across, but I know the thought. Whether it's personal stress or business stress, the one way that I think that works best for me is to create activity. That if you feel like you're paralyzed, you got to start doing something.
You have to get, you have to get out. You have to either get together with people, move yourself, get involved with other things.
Get on the phone, go to an appointment, go visit somebody, go create activity.
People stay stuck thinking the momentum is going to get going without them having to take action.
Jeannie, we have 15 seconds left. Last thought for Long Islanders. Look in any camera you want. What do you got for us?
What do I have for you? Put a smile on your face, go play with a baby, and you'll see how your whole demeanor and attitude changes.
Jodi, man, 6 seconds left. What do you got for us?
Saturday, I want you at Title Boxing Club in Huntington, and everybody come down for the bone marrow.
David, 1 second left. What do you got for us? Man, may your smile change the world, but don't let the world change your smile.
Yeah. I knew he was going to say that.
From hello, Long Island. Goodbye, Long Island.
Goodbye.
See you next week. Thank you.